Now the next fight, you have a Paul Bonatello. He fought Struve, and that was an excellent fight. Tell us what happened there.
That was a very good fight. Disappointed with the decision, but the first round was all Struve. He really dominated the fight. You know, Paul showed some really good submission defense on the ground. The second round, it was all Paul. It was good back and forth. The fight really was. The third round, personally, I had it as a draw.
Yeah, you and the one judge.
So, but it looked to me like that knockdown towards the end of the third round would have gotten Paul the round. But after seeing it again, I could see it being a draw. But yeah, I'm a little biased as well. So
I was actually watching the fight. I ended up going to Hooters where they play it. And you talk about the crowd at Hooters going crazy when Bonatello knocked Struve down from that flying knee in the second round.
Yeah, definitely. And the crowd definitely let it be known in Memphis that they were not happy with the decision either.
That's what we got too. Next fight, Florian finishes Guida. Not a lot of people finish Guida. What do you think about that fight?
I tell you, Guida just gets everybody pumped up every fight that he's at. The way he comes in, his energy is just amazing. Running around the cage, acting crazy. You know, Florian comes in all chill and relaxed, you know, mellow, and impressed by Kenny Florian, to be honest with you. I kind of thought Guida would win, but...
John Fitch, another decision. That's, I think, 5 or 6 in a row. So he's getting pretty easy for us fantasy players, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you know, that fight on the main card was probably the least entertaining of all of them to me. I mean, it was a good fight, but I expected more out of Fitch.
The Frank Mir Czech Congo fight, I thought Mir looked pretty good.
He definitely was. Frank did real well in the stand-up, and we all know he can do well on the ground. But he showed some good stand-up there as well.
Yeah, he looked good on his feet. Main event, BJ, I had him winning. You know, I didn't think Diego would last that long, but it ended up being almost a decision up until that nasty cut on his head.
That was an amazing fight, and I'm with you. I really didn't think it would last that long either. BJ Penn he's an amazing fighter. Diego, he's very entertaining as well. His last couple of fights at 155, you know, they've been very entertaining fights. That was a nasty cut. It really was.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite fight for the night?
My favorite fight of the night was definitely the Penn-Sanchez fight. I'm a big BJ Penn fan. Sanchez has grown on me the last couple of years, but BJ Penn is one of my son's favorite fighters as well, and he was able to go with us, and so that made it even extra special to get to see him pull off a win like that. It was a very good fight. And BJ Penn going into the fifth round, I always try to tell people, you know, at 155 we haven't seen the problems with his gas tank like people would say they have at 170.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's seemed to fix that. I mean, he's definitely got his head in the game as far as conditioning, and he looks great every fight he comes out now at 155.
So you were there with Golden Boy, correct?
Yes, I was.
It's kind of cute. Is that really him in his profile picture?
Yes, it is.
There any way maybe you could give us the hookup and he could be on our show next week?
I'll see what I can do. How's that?
All right, well, we'll try to get Golden Boy on for L over here.
You want to talk about some good stories? If you can get him out of them, that guy right there, he's been around the sport for a very long time, and he's got some great stories.
Well, that's awesome. We'll try to get him on. For right now, Giro, we want to thank you for coming on. We want to ask everybody on the UFC.com forums to behave, so Giro doesn't have to work too hard on there. And
but my post count will go down though.
All right, and we appreciate you coming on, and we're really happy that you got to go to that event, and it sounded like it was a real blast.
It definitely was. It was a good time.
All right, Giro, we'll have you on in the near future. Sound good?
It sounds great, man. Thank you very much, and Elle, nice to speak with you, and thank you.
Always good speaking with you, Giro.
All right, Giro, take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Stay tuned for our blog and thread review. You just might be mentioned. Hopefully that's a good thing.
Housekeeping.
Hey there, beautiful. I was hoping it was you. I'm just freshening up, so why don't you crack open a couple Bud Lights, slip into something comfortable, and I'll be there before you know it. Dude.
Would you like your pillow fluffed?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
No, the room is clean. The maid is dirty.
Make it a Bud Light.
Welcome back. Tap and Al are going to go over some blogs and threads written lately.
All right, so speaking of threads, Al, you actually have a thread going. It's been going for weeks now. I think it's got over 5,000 views with almost 400 comments. Did you expect it to get that kind of response?
Well, I can say that I didn't really expect it to get that many responses. I'm surprised how many people actually looked at it. It might have just been one of those situations where it's like, oh, look, pretty girl posted a thread. Let's go read it.
And tell us what the title of the thread was in case somebody hasn't viewed it.
The title was, I'm new here and need your help choosing my profile picture. And it was, it got a lot of positive and negative response. We had some people who were voting for the brunette hair, and some people were voting for blonde hair, and then we had some people just kind of yelling at me.
And we had some people talking about dirty hot laundry or something.
Yeah, we had,
That was Hack Benny, Arlovskiakovi, and Biohazard. It was pretty amusing, actually.
yeah, some of those guys. I mean, the conversation, it was very random. We had a lot of pervs on there, but at the same time, it turned into a lot of funny conversations. Like, I remember there was something going on about hooking up with fat chicks, and fat chicks need loving too. So.
And how does that have anything to do with you? Because you're obviously not fat.
I have no idea. I kind of feel like my thread was one of those ones that people were trolling, so it's kind of anyone could jump in and say whatever they wanted for the moment. But I'm sure it was somebody made a comment about something, and then I commented back with fat chicks need loving too, and then it just turned into some sort of conversation.
Kind of morphed, huh?
Yeah, it just turned into that. But it didn't last very long. Like, it maybe was like a handful of comments before it switched into some other unknown topic.
Well, I gotta say, I read through the thread, the whole 400 comments, and I gotta tell you that it seems like the majority went with the brunette picture. What do you have to say about that?
A lot of them did go with the brunette picture, but I mean, in my defense, I prefer it to be blonde. Maybe that's just because that's what I'm rocking it as now. I think it's because most of the pictures I had up were my professional pictures with the brown hair, so that might be why people were attracted to those pictures, because they were professional pictures as opposed to the blonde ones where it was just me taking the picture. So, I mean, that could have played out too. And I think my boobs were showing more in the brown pictures.
Well, that might have something to do with it. Can we get you on the show at some point as a brunette, or you plan on staying blonde for a while?
I'm not really sure. As you can see right now, my roots are growing in, so I do need to touch up sometime soon. But I really am enjoying the blonde hair currently. I do feel like blondes do have more fun.
Well, let's ask Amanda. Do blondes have more fun?
Blondes definitely have more fun.
See?
There's two and none against, I guess, because I don't dare argue with that. Do you plan on writing another thread?
I did write another thread. It was actually a poll. I believe it was titled, Should Randy be fighting Coleman or one of these guys?
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to go cast my vote.
Yeah, it wasn't as popular, obviously, as the first one.
So hair is more popular than Randy fighting Coleman.
Yeah, basically.
All right, well, that pretty much wraps it up. We do want to thank Amanda, our segment model, for being on.
Yay, Amanda.
Nice. Now, how can our viewers get in touch with you?
There will be a link on the website. You can contact me through there.
All right. Thanks again for watching the show. This is Tap, L, and Amanda signing off. And look for us starting in 2010 for the second episode. On the second episode, we will be... check out the website, www.rearnakedchokeshow.com. We're going to have a main event fantasy where it's a fantasy league involving only the main event of MMA events. So look for that. The winner each event wins a rearnakedchokeshow.com t-shirt. And then the cumulative point winner by year's end will win free tickets to a pay-per-view event at the end of the year. So thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.